Is with Wojo on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello, Bob.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just listening to the music.
Is there anything that you would like to say to the collective listening audience?
Okay, Jamie, and hello, Stoney, and good to see you guys. It looks like everything's coming back together. So, Jamie, you'll be doing the show with me tonight, correct?
right. Of course, yes.
Yeah. Everything's returning to normalcy.
Yes.
Let me just be the first to say this. I know it's been a busy holiday season. I won't take much time at all. I don't like to waste time on the radio. I like to get right to it and hit the topic immediately. But let me be the first to say, Happy New Year! Woo! Did anybody wish you guys Happy New Year yet?
I heard you do it last night at 6:02 on your show.
Okay, all right. I just like to be the first.
Okay, all right. Well, Happy New Year, and that'll be the last time we hear that until next year at this time, right?
Right, and I've heard from the gods, because 2016 was so bad, and this could be a problem with population control, but nobody dies this year.
Oh, is that right?
No celebrities are planning to die this year.
Well, according to Stoney, we might lose Charles Manson in the next couple days, but I'm not sure he qualifies as a celebrity.
Somebody didn't raise his hand and say, wait, here's a celebrity.
Oh, he did. He absolutely did.
A beloved celebrity?
Yes.
Okay.
I never used the word beloved.
I don't think he'll make the Oscars in memoriam montage, but you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, it's probably about time for that guy.
Well, you're a powerful dude. I think we all know that. Today in the Detroit News, you wrote Jim Caldwell should be back next year. Not only that, he should get an extension. So, of course, you wake up to the news this morning that Jim Caldwell will be back next year.
Now, yeah, that is correct. And I wish, as a columnist of the Detroit News, I could take 100% credit and say, see, I told him, hey, open your eyes and do it. I'm only going to take about 95%. No. To me, it was so obvious, I figured that they were planning to do it anyway, but I just wanted to make sure and get my opinion out there. I honestly, and I know people debate it, and trust me, my email and Twitter responses indicate that the people were not happy with my suggestion and might not be happy with the Lions news today, but I think it's at least 50-50 or 60-40 that people agreed with the argument of why he should be back. Jamie and Stoney, this is my thing. I really don't like the unquantifiables. And this are the unquantifiables about Caldwell. It looks like he's deer in the headlights on the sideline. I don't know what he just looks like he isn't paying attention to the game. What does any of that mean? The quantifiables are 2 playoff appearances in 3 years, a drama-free locker room, a kind of a depleted team that he's tied together and gotten into the playoffs by any means necessary. I thought it was obvious that he would be back.
Well, you could argue the way they played the second half of the last 3 weeks, a lot of problems. Look, I understand why they're doing it, but to me, the only thing I object in your column today was you said he deserves an extension, a modest extension. I'm sorry. Let him fill out his contract. But if they, the bed next year, get him the hell out of here. But let's, don't extend him.
Well, and they haven't yet, and we'll see if that comes about. But that's just, to avoid the lame duck label, I guess, to avoid the questions all year long.
But he doesn't. I don't think he cares about that.
No, he probably doesn't, and that's why I said modest. I'm not saying. You could tack a year on, or you could. He have said yesterday, I've spent most of my early career, going year by year. No big deal. And I think that helped him, too, that he wasn't out there. Some coaches, through their agents or through other means, can let it be known that, they want and demand extension. The things that people don't see about Caldwell is he's a pretty upfront leader of men, and I think that was apparent during this situation. He knew he deserved to come. 2 playoff appearances in 3 years for this franchise. I don't even know how you could stand up there and justify firing him.
You can justify anything, of course, but as I said yesterday on the show, he certainly would have a good case for unjustifiable termination, wrongful termination. I'm like, wait, what? Like if he went home to his wife and got fired by the Lions after making the playoffs twice in 3 years, it'd be like, wait a minute, what's going on here? That is kind of odd.
Jim, you were coaching the Lions, right? I didn't get that wrong. That's who you were coaching, right?
Yeah.
And also considering the coach before him, Jim Schwartz, got 5 full seasons, 1 playoff appearance, and was 29-52.
Agreed. I totally agree. I'm going to present to you two theories, and you tell me what you think of them, because these are also unquantifiable, but it's just theories.
I love Jamie and Stoney theories.
Well, this is actually a Tom the Governor Milliken theory.
Bob Milliken, okay.
That the one theory is that this shows what Bob Quinn thinks of the two heir apparents, Matt Patricia and Josh McDaniels. That's one. And number two, this is also Bob Quinn's way of saying to Caldwell and the public, this roster really does suck, and I've done my best in 1 year, but this roster does need a lot more work before we can even get to a point where we're a contender.
Well, true. It does it also. I agree with both of those. Perhaps. I don't know if it means what he thinks of Patricia and McDaniels, but I do think it also shows that, it really would have been easy either one of these 2 years for him to make the coaching change. I mean, it would have. Last year, I'm taking over. I'm bringing in my coach, and unless you adamantly believe Martha Quinn is running this team, the old '80s VJ.
Yeah.
She's taking over.
She's got two first names.
Marth Vader, Martha Ford.
Yeah.
Unless you truly believe that she was. He didn't make the popular choice there, and he didn't take. And it would have been. I don't know how popular it would have been this time, but he kept. Everybody said, "Oh, here he comes. New England way is going to do it." And maybe he's doing it the pragmatic way. Maybe it's the logical way. Perhaps that's the New England way.
And it's also the two in the bush, one in the hand way, or two in the hand, whatever. Something about Reggie Bush, I forget, or maybe it's Jim Bob Cooter. I can't keep it straight. But you know what you have with Caldwell, and no one has yet given me a name. I mean, Jim Harbaugh is not walking through that door. Bill Belichick's not walking through that door. So for every great, Adam Gase you might hire, you also might get a Todd Bowles or a someone like that. I mean, I just
and how about this theory? If they don't make the playoffs next year, and he gets rid of them, and the Ravens don't make the playoffs again next year, maybe John Harbaugh walks through this door.
Oh, look at Stoney doing the thinking thing.
Yeah,
believe me, there's always been in the back of my mind some stirring sense of that, because when Harbaugh was in trouble, I think John Harbaugh, I think the year before, you wondered about it. Yeah, maybe perhaps, or maybe Bob Quinn is a good, pragmatic GM and looked at the facts and the stats and said, "Ooh, we overachieved a little bit." And in some ways, he should. And I'm not saying it's all Caldwell, it's Stafford too, but they covered up what is, in some ways, a mediocre roster, a below-average roster, talent-wise.
Speaking of a Harbaugh, you covered the team in the Orange Bowl. Did Michigan underachieve this season?
Yeah, to a certain degree, for sure. Record, again, but see, there's the opposite of it, and it goes with, part of it goes with coaches' demeanors, because I do think talent-wise, Caldwell overachieved, going 9-7. And I do think talent-wise, and we can say all the other stuff, and Harbaugh's a great coach, which I think he is, and fiery and everything. But raw bottom line, 3 losses, and I know they were by a combined total of 1 point. I don't know how that happened, but it was a combined total of 1 point. They went 10-3, and I think their talent was better than 10-3. So, but no, again, you look at it logically and pragmatically and say I don't think there's major issues there at all, but yeah, they underachieved. I thought they had more talent than 10-3.
Now, Sunday night or Saturday night, Wojo, in Seattle, you will be there. If Jim Caldwell is to put a 1 next to his name in terms of wins in the playoffs, they will have to find a way. Wojo, pave the way to victory. Give us your 3 keys to a Lions win on Saturday night.
Wait, I have to do the keys this week?
No,
Unbelievable.
I just want you to do the keys so that way I get them right when I do my keys on our Fox 2 show, and you won't make fun of me.
Well, as Michael Bennett said, the great Seahawks defensive player, you got to unleash the white running back upon them.
Okay, yeah.
Back center.
White running back, all right.
Right, yeah. And I'm not going to say, ooh, you got to sack Russell Wilson, because he's obvious he's getting back to his elusiveness. But you got to contain him a little bit. Obviously, better than you contain Aaron Rodgers. Set the edges. Use that as a football term.
Yeah, the Lions' containment of Aaron Rodgers was about as good as the Ebola containment in Africa a couple of summers ago. That didn't go all that well.
Ooh.
No.
Too soon?
Tying in world events, Jamie. That's very good.
Thank you.
You're evolving as a host.
Yeah.
And the third one would be, well, see, this is where I kind of think they're screwed a little bit. It's going to be cold and rainy. And Stafford's not even denying that, he's not saying the glove and the finger is hampering him, but there's no doubt that it's an issue, and I think the weather's going to make it even worse. So, yeah, hand the ball to Zach Zenner and close your eyes.
Well, how about
my theory?
How about Zach Zenner carries an umbrella and then it just kind of hovers by Stafford the entire time like a caddy?
No. That's a great bring in. Like, don't they still have that Mulligan tight end guy on the roster?
Yeah.
Bring him in, line him up in the backfield with an umbrella over Stafford, and then drop the umbrella and block after he takes the snap.
Right. I thought that's what they signed Garrett Reynolds for, the umbrella formation.
Yeah, the umbrella formation.
I think we've hatched something here.
I think we have too. Hopefully, Jim Bob Cooter is listening. This is a brilliant
I just gave
strategy.
myself shivers about it.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Down my spine.
All right, Woj, great talking to you. Safe travels out to Seattle. We'll hear you tonight, though, before you go to Seattle. Tonight, the Wojo show tonight at 6, right?
And next Wednesday, we'll preview the
Wojo from 6 to 8 tonight.
That's right, yeah.
And next Wednesday, we preview the Lions-Cowboys game.
Oh, that's exactly right, yeah.
Oh, look at Stoney thinking again.
All right, Woj, talk to you soon, buddy boy.
Happy New Year! Woo!
There he is, Wojo, 97 won the ticket, yeah.